Hello, my name is Ann Bailey, for those of you whom I've not met, and I am the chair of the OPC Eradicating Systemic Poverty team. The Eradicating Systemic Poverty team, known as ESP, is an outgrowth of the Mission and Outreach Committee of OPC, applying for and becoming a Matthew 25 congregation of Presbyterian Church, U.S.A. It also is a result, occurring almost simultaneously, of the Myrtle Collaboration January 2019 meeting in Louisville, during which a core team from OPC, as Pat told you about a few minutes ago, began to explore the meaning of call and then brought this learning experience to be shared with the congregation. This exploration and understanding of call continued throughout the spring, summer, and fall of 2019. We then met at a retreat a year ago in January of 2020 and narrowed down our areas of interest to two broad topics: caring for creation, or C for C, and eradicating systemic poverty, or ESP. These two teams operate separately, although have some interesting overlaps, and meet monthly to share team activities. The ESP team is composed of members of the congregation who volunteered for this role. We have met from May 2020 until the present via Zoom due to the lockdown requirements of COVID. 11 social service and government agencies within our region were contacted by mail explaining who we are and what our goal is to begin the process of eradicating systemic poverty in our local community. These agencies are each linked with a point person from the ESP team to ensure ongoing communication between the agencies and our team members. We have learned that the problems facing the poor are many and varied, and resources are limited. But we also have found that the agencies within our community are vibrant and strong and are actively involved in targeted goals. Given that we felt that we needed to learn more about the agencies we hope to partner with, we invited several key agency directors to meet with us over the course of the summer and early fall. Meanwhile, during most of our short existence, we have been very enthusiastic about the ongoing work of Nancy Parkinson, a team member, a nutrition professor and dietitian at Miami, and her nutrition students. Early in the summer, Nancy and Brianna Hansen, another team member and Miami student, began assessing food insecurity in the area and developed food and nutrition education programs that have been and will continue to be used with at-risk population. Nancy and her students work directly with TOPS, the Talawanda Oxford Pantry and Social Services, which is another one of our local agencies that we work closely with. Another of our ESP members also attends the bi-monthly meeting of the Oxford Needs Awareness Committee, consisting of all health and social service agencies in the area. This team member, Pat Gifford, shares with us what she learns from this meeting of all community agencies. By the end of the summer, also in the fall, the ESP team gave its support to the City of Oxford's efforts to secure both a cold shelter, this is a shelter for the 4 winter months, and transitional housing for those who are going from homelessness to more permanent housing. It turned out that our city received CARES funding from the federal government, part of which was used for a 1-year lease on 6 motel units, which currently are being used as cold shelter housing. The CARES funds also released other city funds that were then used to lease 2 housing units on a 1-year pilot study basis as transitional housing units. We played a small role in getting this going by helping to collect household items. Some of you heard our plea for mattresses and other furnishings, as well as winter apparel. These transitional housing units are now fully occupied as well. The agency that works directly with both of these housing programs is the Family Resource Center here in Oxford, the agency that the ESP team works most directly with. They provide ongoing casework services to clients, as well as emergency assistance to families for rent, utility payments, child care, and auto repair. ESP has a fund that we have used to buy gift certificates from Goodwill to allow clients of FRC to purchase clothing and household items. And as you probably know, the Oxford Presbyterian Church also has a COVID fund to be used by those that are clients of the Family Resource Center. And this is to be used for clients that have been adversely affected by the COVID epidemic. We have tapped that COVID fund for food assistance, and we'll probably be using that in the near future as the original CARES funding runs out. We thank those of you who have contributed to that because it has helped the clients of the Resource Center enormously. Through the efforts of another ESP member, Sandy Druas, a now retired early childhood educator of at-risk children and former Miami professor, we have been able to partner at a beginning level with local school social workers and have begun to open communication lines with the social workers so that we can assist with children and their families who are experiencing issues related to the COVID epidemic that have adversely affected their families financially. We hope to continue and broaden this program beginning in early 2021. We try to keep up with what is happening nationally, both with COVID and the economy. And in that, we have been a little frustrated because we realize that our overall goal is to eradicate systemic poverty. We also know that that is a long-term and intensive process that must involve the federal, state, and local governments in systemic changes in the economy, labor market, and social welfare policies. Eradicating systemic poverty is an issue of social justice so that all able people can have jobs that pay fair wages and provide benefits to ensure stable families and healthy lives. In the meantime, however, we see that we can give hope and comfort and some security to those living in or near poverty through simple financial support. This may assist them to eat and sleep well and better function as human beings, in order that they can then focus on the higher goals of education, job training, employment, and more productive lives.